Doing good. How about yourself?
Good, good. Thank you for asking. I guess just to let you know how it goes is you're gonna have 5 minutes for your speech, and then if we're gonna have like a 5 minute, I guess, interview Q&A session afterwards. Richard's gonna be our time card keeper. He'll give you a warning at 2 minutes and 1 minute, and he'll also put that in the chat as well. Um, yeah, do you have any other questions before we begin?
No, I think I'm all good.
All right. So whenever you're ready, the floor is yours. Thank you.
All right. So, hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Polilin, and I'm currently a rising junior from Indiana University, and I'm running to be the treasurer for Mafa for this coming school year. So, a little bit about me is that I'm originally from Princeton, New Jersey. And when I first moved to the Midwest for school, I didn't know too many people. And during that time, I really wanted a community to lean on that would sort of give me a sense of belonging and really make Indiana feel like home. And this is exactly what I found at FAA at Indiana University. And I'm really, really grateful for the family I found there and all the experiences that I've gotten to be a part of so far. However, I also know that there are many other kids like me who may initially feel disconnected from their culture in sort of a new environment. And that's why I believe MAFA is such an important organization to have. It's where people like me can come together to build new relationships, share new experiences, and learn about their culture and, more importantly, themselves. At IU, I'm currently studying finance and business analytics at the Kelley School of Business. And during my time studying the curriculum at that school, I think I've been able to develop foundational skills and knowledge that will allow me to effectively manage MAFA's resources and fulfill my duties as a treasurer and a member of the exec board. And to me, I feel that being treasurer is more than just money, dealing with money, numbers, and spreadsheets. It also involves working closely with all the members of the board to ensure their visions and the objectives of the organization can come to a reality. I'm someone who loves to collaborate with other people and learn from the people around me. And also, I love to listen to everyone's ideas and ensure that everyone's ideas are included. And I believe that having great team chemistry and having open, clear dialogue is the best solution to any sort of conflict or issue that may arise during event planning and things like that. And I look forward to building this sort of connection with the rest of the executive board. And something that I really want to promote as treasurer is the creation of more opportunities for professional development and dialogue for MAFA and its members. I think it would be great if MAFA members can use MAFA as sort of a resource to reach their career goals or find someone who could help them reach those goals. And this could be done by having more networking opportunities with alumni, hosting career events with companies, and even little simple things like updating the MAFA LinkedIn page or posting job opportunities catered to our members. And I think all this can really go a long way in helping our members advance their careers and ultimately give them more opportunities to become more involved in the organization and also get involvement from the alumni. So it's not just a 4-year type of thing where you're just in MAFA for just your time at school, but also you're part of it for the rest of your life. And while it's important to have these sort of big ideas, we also need the resources to, bring these visions to life. And I recognize that this is one of the treasurer's biggest responsibilities. I plan to actively search for new funding opportunities, new sponsors, and as well as ensuring that MAFA and the board has the resources to make a better and bigger impact on our members' lives. MAFA has done so much for me and everyone a part of it, and I'm truly grateful to have this opportunity to become more involved in it. And I look forward to working with all these people on the board and am confident that we could achieve great things together. Thank you.
Perfect. That was great. You finished right on time. Um, well, I'm glad you had found FA at IU being a community to lean on. If you didn't know, I was president of it 2 or 3 years ago. So, you may have been in, well,
I was
I
a
don't,
I was a
you were a
freshman
freshman. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you joined or not, because I feel like I would have remembered you if you joined. So,
late spring freshman year, so I was.
okay. Got you. Yeah. Well, but yeah, you probably know everyone that I know, probably like you were there when Martina was president and everything. And were you part of FCN?
No, I wasn't there today. Like I'm not on the board of FAA
Right.
at
But did you like like go to FCN, their FCN this last year though?
this year because I was like away. Uh,
Oh, got you. Okay.
I know it's like a great experience, and I know
Mm.
or
Well,
not.
yeah, you're definitely missing out. I definitely think if you don't do anything this year, you should try something next year because it's really fun. It's really fun. But anyway, going back to the question. So, have you ever held a leadership position before?
Yes, I have. While I don't have experience being on a board at FAA at Indiana, I am on the executive board at one of the clubs at Kelly. I'm one of the directors of private equity in the Capital Markets Club, and
Mm-hmm.
that sort of gave me a lot of insight in what like time commitment and how much work that it takes to be on an executive board and to have a leadership position. And while I know it is a different club, I admit that I have a ton to learn. And I really am excited for this opportunity to learn a lot more and gain a lot more skills.
Yeah. So, what kind of like leadership skills do you think you obtained from that, and like what you think you could like translate over, or like what you're hoping, I guess, to achieve from this position if you were to get it? Just like what some skills you brought with you, or are you hoping to gain from getting this position?
Yeah,
If you do.
I think that like every year in our club, we'd have a case competition, and it does take a lot of planning to have a big event like that, and a lot of communication, planning, and organization. And I think that's some of the skills that I could bring to this position. And something that I think that to gain out of this position is also just being a better communicator because uh, the my leadership position now is just at IU, and I know that this position involves working with people from all around the Midwest and at all different schools. So just yeah, learning how to communicate like that and mostly online is something that I
Mhm.
decided to learn.
Yeah, that's great. Give me one. I'm just gonna write some of that down. Give me a second. And all right. Well, thank you for that answer. And then so for Mafa, just for as treasurer, so you said you have experience with well, like as a major because you're a finance major, right? So what kind of, I guess, what can you go into your experience with like treasurer financial dealings? Like I know you said you're private equity and whatnot. Could you go into detail a little bit about that?
So I think at school, I've definitely learned a lot through my classes, whether it's like dealing with money and just ensuring that people have enough resources to what they want to do. In high school, I was also involved in my local soccer club where I helped them sort of fund their annual soccer tournament when I was a senior. So I kind of think that I have some experience in like what goes into getting more funding and just being able to give the board like enough resources to do what they want to do and just make their visions come to life.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, it looks like you're really taking your teachings from your major pretty well because I know that can be a lot because I am no finance person. So but so like what are some goals you have for like Mafa from a financial standpoint? And then I'll go ahead and ask this next question. Like if you were to end up getting the position, what kind of like fundraising would you do? Because a lot of our I guess our problem right now is fundraising because we're a really online organization. So like what goals and what for like a financial standpoint and like what other fundraising would you want to do in the future if you were to get this?
Yeah, so I did talk to the previous treasurer, and like she was saying like the hardest part of her job and the biggest challenge was, finding the process of finding funding for events. So I think of something that we can do to sort of like streamline that problem for the future is like make sort of like a database of, I don't know if you guys have this already, but of like all the sponsors and like their contact information and maybe like some notes on each one. It's like if they're like good at responding and like how much where they're located at and how much like they donated. I think that would really help for the future.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, because I think we do have something like that. I would have to ask Lexi. Yeah, okay, yeah. We do have something like that, but I don't think it's as detailed as you're planning it to be. So I'm really looking forward to that as like if they respond well or not. I don't think we've ever really thought about that. So that's a really good detail to add. I guess what do you have any other goals for Mafa from a financial standpoint, I guess? I know you went into fundraising, but do you have anything else for that?
I think just like giving the board like uh just like free range on like any ideas that they want, just like have
Mhm.
the money to be able and just to give them the freedom to really get their ideas advanced and stuff like that.
Right. No, for sure. Yeah, I think it's a lot of giving the freedom to a lot of our e-board heads is what helps Mafa grow. So I really do like that. Yeah, I guess my other question is, this doesn't really pertain to treasure, but I know that in your application you are interested or you are trying to study abroad the spring semester. Could you tell me more about that? And are you actually studying abroad? And then, because I'm just a bit worried about the time commitment because in our spring semester is our MFAS semester. So, and being treasurer for MFAS is quite a time commitment. So I just want to know if what your spring semester looks like and if you're able to handle, I guess, that time management.
Yeah, so I did talk to like Jolina and like the previous treasurer on like how much the workload is like during that time, and she was like it's really just 1 month like of really hard work, but she was able to manage it. And as for
Mhm.
honestly, I think I take less classes there, and it's mostly like general education, and I think that I will actually have more free time abroad than uh,
Yeah.
maybe being here. But I think like the biggest problem would maybe be just like scheduling and stuff like that. But I definitely think we could find a way to work around that.
Awesome. Where are you going, by the way?
So I was thinking of applying to Milan.
Wow, Milan, Italy, bro. That's art. Yeah, that's amazing. That's what are you just doing there for like a general study abroad, or is it like for your major too, like a finance, or is
Yeah,
it just like you want to go abroad?
study abroad program,
Ah, is it like within your major though? Is there one in Kelly? Because I know about that.
the business school, like
Oh,
2 finance classes, I think.
oh yeah. So you would have a lot of time then. Wow. Okay. Well, good to know then. That's really good to know when we're considering this process, but that's time, which really worked out perfectly. But yeah, I guess going forward, the next process is we'll probably give you a decision probably in the next week or so. And I just want to say thank you for meeting with us at this time. I know it was very last minute, and I just want to say thank you for meeting with us. And you'll receive an email from me about our decision and yeah, do you have any other questions for me or Richard before we let you go for tonight?
No, I think I'm all good. Thanks for letting me have this opportunity.
Of course. Well, thank you we loved having you, and you'll hear from us in a week.
Appreciate it.
Have a good night. All right, Richard. Let me stop live streaming. I just want to say